meant by pollinators, sir? What is meant by pollinators? The agents which are involved in pollination. The agents which are involved in pollination. Agents which are involved in pollination is called pollinators. Pollinator or pollinating agents. So pollinating agents, there are two types of pollinating agents, biotic and abiotic agents. First one, abiotic agents, abiotic pollinating agents. Abiotic agents are two types of wind and water. Wind to water. Then biotic agents, second one, biotic agents. Biotic agents. Biotic agents are nothing but animals. There is a two types of agents. Two types of pollinators are involved in pollination. Abiotic agents, biotic. Both biotic and abiotic agents are involved in pollination. Mostly the flowering plants are pollinated by biotic pollinating agents. Question: name the agents which are mostly pollinated. Biotic agents. Biotic agents are mostly pollinated agents in flowering plants. Abiotic agents are rarely involved. Rarely the flowering plants are pollinated by abiotic agents that are nothing but wind and water. Now we are first discussing about the abiotic pollinating agents. So abiotic pollinating agents are wind and water. First, wind and water. So abiotic agents, wind and water, where the flowers are pollinated by wind and water, those flowers are not colorful, not producing nectar to prevent pollination. Very important point. Abiotic agents are wind and water. The flowers which are pollinated by wind and water, those flowers are not colorful, not attracting nectar. Not colorful, not producing nectar, not having fragrance, because they prevent to attract the animals. That's why they are not colorful. Wind and water pollinating flowers. And one more important thing, the flowers which are pollinated by wind and water, in these cases, large number of pollen rates are produced when compared to one ovule. Large number of pollen rates are produced when the flowers are pollinated by wind and water when compared to ovule. Kaikusan, to compensate the loss of pollen rate to reach to the stigma. For example, this is a stigma and this is stigma. Where only one pollen grain is there, the only one pollen grain reach to the stigma. Maybe chance. Is there any if any reason the pollen grain may not chance to reach stigma, no pollination, no fertilization. That's why we are producing large number of pollen grain. When large number of pollen grain, then during the travel, if some may be destroyed, if some may be discharged, if some may be destroyed, if some may be lost. However, at least a few or one pollen grain may reach to the stigma. So that's why large number of pollen grains are produced, the flowers which are pollinated by wind and water, to compensate the loss of pollen grain to reach to the stigma. Now come to one among these abiotic agents. Wind is the most pollinating agent. First one, wind pollination. Wind pollination also called anemophily. These scientific words are important. Anemophily. Wind pollination also called anemophily. The pollination which is the pollination with the help of wind. Pollination done by the wind is called wind pollination or anemophily. Among abiotic factors, wind pollination is the most of the among abiotic agents. Wind is the most abiotic agent for pollination when compared to water. So among both biotic and biotic agent is most of the flowers are pollinating agents. Among abiotic agent is wind is the most common agent for pollinating the flower when compared to water. This is a wind pollination. pollination. And then one more important word, sir. What are the significant? What are the characteristics? What are the characteristics for wind pollination? The flowers are what type of flowers? What type of stamen? What type of pistil? What type of pollen grains are there for wind pollination? For wind pollination, characteristics are large feathery stigma, large feathery stigma. It is easily trap airborne pollen range. Easily traps airborne pollen range. Wind pollinated flowers having large feathery stigma. Why sir large feathery stigma? To trap the airborne pollen range. If it is a large feathery stigma like this, when pollinates come by the wind, easily traps it is. That is nothing but large feathery stigma. That stamen story, well exposed stamen. Why exposed? What is the use of well exposed stamen? Because of easily disperse the pollen grains. So there is two types of male and female flowers. The male flowers are nothing but well exposed stamen, easily disperse the pollen grain. Then the female flowers are large feathery stigma, easily trap the airborne pollen grain. This is nothing but characteristics of a flower. Flowers are not colorful, not attract the insects. Pollinates light and non-sticky pollinates. Pollinates are light and non-sticky. This is very important. What type of pollinates are present when wind pollination or anemophily? Pollinates are light and non-sticky pollen grains. Non-sticky. If it is a heavy weight there, of course they go here. This much of weight it is easily transferred by the wind. No chance. That's why pollinates. For example, you see here. This is the chalk piece powder, dust powder. Like this pollinate lightweight, easily transferred by wind current. So this is nothing but wind pollination. And some more important points in wind pollination. Where you see in wind pollination, generally one ovule only present in each ovary. It is present in the flowers. Too many flowers are packed into the inflorescence. The statement is very important. I am going to repeat again. Where the flowers are pollinated by wind, only one ovule only present in each ovary. Present in the flower. Too many flowers are packed into inflorescence. That is done by wind pollination. So example, corn cob, grass plant, corn cob grass. Then mostly wind pollinated plants are. So some more example for neat purpose. The wind pollinated plants are most common in grass. Wheat, rice, paddy. Wheat, rice, maize also. Common grass plant, corn cob. These are all nothing but wind pollinated plants. This is nothing but wind pollination. Now next water pollination. See here, water pollination. Water pollination also called hydrophily. Water pollination also called hydrophily. This is a very important. Here important events. Pollination done by water. Pollination with the help of water. I told you already. But here one by one some important points. Water is the compulsory agent. Water is compulsory agent. To transfer the pollen grain. Water is the compulsory agent to transfer the male gametes to the female gametes in lower groups of plants. Water is the compulsory agent to transfer the male gametes to the female gametes in lower groups of plants. Example, algae, bryophytes, bryophytes, pteridophytes, pteridophytes. These plants, these are all the lower group of plants. In these are all plants, water is compulsory agent to transfer the male gametes to reach the female gametes. We already told in reproduction in organism also. Sometimes question, name the plants. Name the plants. Water is the compulsory agent to transfer of the male gametes. This is algae, bryophyte, pteridophyte. Sometimes theory questions also. Briefly describe about wind pollination, 3-mark question. So, wind pollination, such characters you have to write. Briefly describe about hydrophilia or water pollination, 5-mark question. Water pollination or hydrophilia, 5-mark question, very important. So then this is water is compulsory agent. Water is a rare agent. Water is a rare agent in flowering plants. Flowering plants. Rare in flowering plants, water is a rare agent. That too, permit for monocots, only monocotyledons, mostly monocotyledons. Monocotyledons. That too, that 30 genera only. It permit for 30 genera. So I repeat the point. Water is a rare agent for flowering, rare agent in flowering plants. That too mostly common in monocots. That too how many? 30 genera only water pollination. Water pollinated. But not all plants, not all water plants. This is very important statement. Not all water plants pollinated by water. Water plants only not pollinated by water here. This is very, very, very important, funny thing. Not all water plants pollinated by water, except Hydrilla, Vallisneria, Hydrilla, Vallisneria, Zostera, Ceratophyllum. So this is very, very important. Not all water plants pollinated by water, except this condition. Hydrilla, Vallisneria, Zostera, Ceratophyllum. Freshwater plants are Hydrilla, Vallisneria. Freshwater plants, Hydrilla, Vallisneria, show the water pollination. Sea marine grasses, Zostera. Sea marine grasses, Zostera, and Ceratophyllum. This is nothing but show the water pollination. But majority they are not pollinated by water. For example, we'll see here. Example, water plants, lily, water lily, not lily, water hyacinth. It is also called terror of Bengal. Water plants, lily, water hyacinth, not pollinated by water. They pollinated by, these two plants are pollinated by insects. Insects are water. So insects are wind. Very, very important. So water plants, lily, water hyacinth is not pollinated by water. They are pollinated by insects or wind. Question, how they chance to ask? Deep point of view question. Water plant, water hyacinth, pollinated by water plant, water hyacinth, pollinated by option A, water, option B, insect, option C, wind, option D, insect or wind. What is the answer? Insect or wind. Majority of the students are confused here. Water plant, water there, water hyacinth, water there, pollinated by water only. Many they are confused. It's not. Water hyacinth is not pollinated by water, however it is a water plant. These are pollinated by insects or wind. And one more important thing here, then water plants, water pollinated flowers are not colorful. I already told, not colorful. They should not attract the insects. That is also one important thing. And one more important water pollination characters. Then water pollinated pollen grains. Water pollinated pollen grain should protect themselves from the water by mucilaginous sheath. This is also very, very important. Mucilaginous sheath. Water pollinated flowers protect the pollen grains from water by surrounding the mucilaginous sheath or covering. So because of mucilaginous sheath or covering, pollen grains are protected In the water, pollen grains are protected themselves from the water. That is the mucilage sheath. This is the important point, sir. Then water pollinated pollen grains are how are water pollinated pollen grains are long and ripple like. Wind pollinated pollen grains are light and non-sticky. Water pollinated pollen grains are nothing but long and ripple like. There is the two types of water pollination. Two types are there in water pollination. Two types water pollination. Two types of water pollination. Hydrophily. Two types. Where the water pollination takes place. Types of water pollination. Types. Two types. That is first one epihydrophily. 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 Second one hypohydrophily. Hypohydrophily. Epihydrophily. Second one is a hypohydrophily. First one epihydrophily. Third one is second one is a hypohydrophily. इसका example freshwater plants hydrilla, hydrilla, vallisneria, vallisneria, hydrilla vallisneria. इसका example Zostera, marine sea grasses. Zostera also called marine sea grasses. Ceratophyllum, ceratophyllum. This is the important one. Ceratophyllum. So epihydrophily, hypohydrophily. What is epihydrophily? What is the hypohydrophily means? Epi means upper. Epi means upper, outer. देखो, this is water. Up to here, up to here water is there. Up to here. Epihydrophily. In epihydrophily, mostly in a freshwater plants like hydrilla and vallisneria. Like it is there diagram there in textbook also. Hydrilla and vallisneria. Then the female flowers having long stacks. Come here. This is a female flower. Female flower carpel having long stacks. This is a long stack. The female, this is water, water. This is totally water. The female flower having long stacks. Then the female flower with the help of long stacks, it comes out of it comes the surface of water. Stigma is this is stigma. Pollen received water. Stigma is comes surface of the water. Then the male, I am a male. Male na I am male. So I am a male. Then pollen is released in the surface of water. This is totally water, Abuji. The female part stigma is comes up. Surface of water with the help of long stalks. The male flower stamen releases the pollen grain in surface of water. Large number, I already told. These pollen grains moves passively. That is important one. Pollen grains moves passively. Pollen grains moves passively with the help of water current. देखो, water current. Water current, the pollen reach. Pollen reach to the stigma. So when pollen reach to the stigma, inside the water, outside the water, outside the water, surface of the water. The pollen reach to the surface of the water. The pollination takes place in surface of water. So that's why it is called epihydrophily. Pollination takes place in surface of water. So we can say it is a epihydrophily. So here important one, with the help of long stacks, the pistils comes outside surface of water. Pollen released in the surface of water. By water current, the pollen passively moves and reaches to the stigma. So pollination takes place in surface of water. Example, hydrilla and vallisneria. Now come to hypohydrophily. What's meant by hypohydrophily? Hypohydrophily means pollination takes place in inside the water. Inside the water. House are, for example, Zostera, marine sea grasses or Ceratophyllum. Here in these flowers, in these plants, Zostera, Ceratophyllum, in these plants, female flowers are submerged in the water. This is water, na? The female flowers inside only. Female, this is a female flower. And this is upper water, female flower inside. Dekho here, this is a female flower, inside water. So, the female flower inside only, submerged in the water. Pollen grains also released inside the water only. Then, by wind of water current, the pollen grains are travel and reach to the stigma. Then pollination takes place. So pollination here inside the water. Pollination takes place inside the water. So then that is called a hypohydrophily. Hypohydrophily. Example, Zostera and Ceratophyllum. Theory question also very important, Anna. Hydrophilic briefly describe about the hypophily and types of hydrophily briefly describes 5 mark question. Sometimes briefly describe about the types of hydrophily 3 mark question. Even NEET also name the structure which protect the pollen grain from the water in water pollination, vitilational sheet. Give the example for hypohydrophily, Zostera and Ceratophylla. Give the example for epihydrophily, Hydrilla and Gallisneria.